I'ma say something from the heart.
Man, Wes, I don't even know where to start.
I'ma say something from the heart.
Okay.
I'ma say something from the heart.
Uh-huh.
It go beat, beat, beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sabrina here. Today we have something exciting for y'all. Our first ever live tape show of PS Weekly. That's right. I'm sitting here with my guest, Wesley, right now. And Wes is one of our Miseducation interns.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Wesley Almanzar, and really excited to be the first one like this right now. It's cool.
Yeah. So how was your commute to the office?
Honestly, it's always a journey, man. Because I'm from 161st, where my school is at, on the Yankee Stadium. Then I gotta, take like a 45-minute train ride all the way over here. So it's always such a fun time getting over here because I don't always go to Manhattan after school, and like now it seems dope. It's cool. I like it.
Nice. So for this week, we thought we'd give you all a look inside what it's like to grow up in New York City's education system. Wes is here today as our student expert to shed some light. From the Miseducation podcast, this is PS14, Wes. So, Wes, can you start by introducing yourself?
I'm Wesley Almanzar. I'm 17 years old, and I attend the Bronx School for Law, Government, and Justice, and I'm a senior currently. So, yeah, and I'm here as a Miseducation intern.
Nice. And Wes, if we can just do some warm-ups really quick, if you don't mind, what's your favorite movie?
The movie that brings me utmost enjoyment watching it, Chef.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love it. It's a great movie. You could watch it when you're not hungry, when you want to be hungry, when you are hungry. And it's just such a feel-good movie, man. It really shows you what it's like to do what you love for a good reason. So, yeah, I love it.
Oh, wow. No, thanks for sharing that, Wes. I definitely got to watch that now. Yeah. So yeah, Wes, any hidden talents?
I wouldn't necessarily say hidden talents. I guess so. I don't know. But I can play. Have you guys know the drum, like the conga?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could play that a little bit, and I could also like here and there. I'm not too good at accents, but here and there I would kind of switch it up. Like I would kind of practice like an Irish accent, kind of.
Wait, can you run that back?
It's like sometimes I don't really want to talk about it. When you hit me in the head with it, like something like,
wait.
and it's just
Say something. Like Ireland. I come from Ireland. No.
I come from Ireland.
Oh. Yeah. But if you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
Yeah, that was awesome. Scottish, yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so a little bit of that.
Nice. Awesome. We love it. So really funny question here. If you could transform into an animal,
man,
what would you transform into?
If I could transform, I don't care. People are not gonna like this, but I would definitely love to be a pigeon, man. You ever just a pigeon, man?
Pigeon?
Yeah, a pigeon or a dove.
You're a real New Yorker for that.
I think, yeah, like something like I look at them and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I almost stepped on you, but they dodged it anyway. I want that kind of stuff, and I also
the quick reflex.
Yes, man. You know how many fights I would win if I had the quickness of a pigeon? Like, I'm not saying I'm not that troubling kind of person, but definitely it'd be awesome. You know what I'm saying? And I just, that's the quickest way to fly, to be honest. So I would love that, man. Pigeons.
Nah. That's great. I don't know if any of our listeners can relate, but
probably not
to that. But hopefully, you got a lone spirit out there, or somebody. Yeah. So now we're sort of just gonna go into the meat of what we want to talk about today. So, Wes, where did you go to elementary school?
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to attend elementary school at Langston Hughes Academy in the Bronx, and the building, man, it had gates and stuff like that, but not like intensive gates. It had what is it, man? Like it had like one of those things like I ain't gonna describe it, but in the back of it, it had there was like a back part of the school for recess, and it had its own playground. It was amazing. And then it had gates to close off the playground from anyone else. The gates were red and stuff like that, and it was really awesome. Outside of the building, there would be some patterns of of like blocks or whatever, and it would be like yellow, blue, and stuff like that. And the building was like red bricked and everything. A little bit worn out, but it was great. And you just walk inside, and like the feel of everything, it's just like you just go in there, you feel safe. Like all the worries is taken away, and yeah, and it's yeah, man, it's just and like all the fake grass they had, and like all the fake wood that was like next to the gates and all that stuff. It was awesome. It was so cool, man.
Nice, nice. Yeah, no, I remember the fake grass.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't go to PS 171, but I did. My elementary school was called PS 233.
Mhm.
It was also Langston Hughes, but mine was in Brooklyn, so that's interesting. Yeah. Did they like have you guys like do like Langston Hughes poetry?
Yeah, we actually did. Yeah, I mean, it'd kind of be weird if we didn't actually, pay respects to the person the school's named after, and not also that, but on the second floor, if you wanted to head to the main office slash the principal's office, and you wanted to wait outside, there was actually a Langston Hughes photo of him, and it was really cool, and I felt that it was awesome. One of the poems that actually I don't know if I remember one, but yeah, no, there was a lot of commemorating ideas to him.
Hmm. You know, one poem comes to mind to me, and we actually the school they actually made it into a song, so it was weird. But hold fast to dreams,
Mm.
for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly.
Oof.
Yeah, that was
Bars.
he.
Bars.
You know, that was great. No, he was great. Yeah. So can you tell me about your earliest memories at school? Like any students or teachers that stood out to you?
And so it would be the days before break. Now of course it's elementary school, and the experience there you'll probably have like no other, and no other school from there on. But it would be, I think it was fourth grade. It was fourth grade, and my teacher, Miss Stroud, I love her so much. She like I think it was the day before Christmas break, and we was about to leave and everything. But before doing so, we had lunch, and then we came up from lunch, and then she had set up like a gift bag on all of our tables, and I think she had written us a note or whatever. But it was such a goodie bag. Like you would be like, that was the time when you would be so excited for pencils, man. It was like I've never been so excited for pencils, man, until she got one for me, and I was like, this is so sick. And yeah, that was definitely, and she would just do that for a lot of the breaks, Thanksgiving and everything. Yeah, man. So she was awesome.
Well, I'm glad that now, like looking back, you can really like appreciate that memory. And
Definitely, man.
yeah, I remember actually like back in like elementary school, kindergarten, like there was nap time, and I never used to want to go down for a nap. Listen, man, if y'all could give me nap time right now, I didn't appreciate it. But
I never had nap time, so I don't
no,
understand. No, never.
that's not.
It's crazy. All one out here, man.
No, I hear you, man. So yeah, just moving on, and looking back, like how do you feel about just your experiences at that school?
Overall, I'd say it was really great. I mean, it was super supportive. Ev- um, every teacher there, I get it. It's elementary school, so it's like this a lot for a lot of other elementary schools in the world, I guess. But I don't know, man. Like it just felt like it felt like I was a part of a family, low key. Like everyone kind of cared for each other. Sometimes there would be like little disputes over like, oh, who took my pencil, blah blah blah. Sorry, Jesus. But
The confession is wild.
yeah, you know what I mean. No pastor around too. It's crazy. But yeah, it just felt so calm and easygoing, and I love that experience, and man, I wish to be in that experience, almost all the time. I'm doing a lot of work, so yeah.
Okay, so the school you're in now, is middle and high school 6 through 12.
Yep.
So what was the name of your middle and high school?
Oh, I just went by the same name, Bronx School for Law, Government, and Justice.
Gotcha. And could you tell us what borough it's in? How'd you choose it? And how'd you feel when you were admitted?
Well, I had okay, so it's in the Bronx. As said in the name. It's always interesting when someone asks me that question. But I had chosen it because at the time my cousin was was a cop, and you know, everyone was looking at him like the big guy or whatever, and I had, you know, I was kind of like, yo, like, okay, I want to be a police officer, blah blah blah, and of course that reason has changed a lot over time due to circumstances and my just perspective on them in general. But yeah, but needless to say, it was very exciting, you know, when I got accepted in there, you know, because this other dude that wanted to, you know, actually be a cop, he like in elementary school, he was so sad when he didn't get into the school, and I said that I got in, and he was like, dude, I wanted to freaking get into that school, man, and I was like, oh well, maybe if your name was Wesley, you would have, you know what I'm saying? No, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm joking. That's bad. That's bad.
I heard that. No, I hear you, man. No, thanks for sharing that. And if you don't mind, could you share some, you know, some highlights from middle school, some memories?
um, well, when it came to middle school, it was rather interesting. It almost felt like a different world. You know, I had to kind of get to class on my own. I had to get into class on my own, and I had to like understand making friends that aren't in my class and everything. It was really intriguing. You know, I thought I was in the big leagues now until high school came along. And but yeah, and so it was rather interesting. I made a few friends. I learned a lot about myself. I learned that, you know, not a lot of things are meant to be taken personally, and you're gonna have to learn that throughout your time in life, and so that contributes into a lot of who I am today.
Mm. Were there like white kids in your classes or white teachers?
Funny enough, but when I was in middle school, no, there wasn't. There wasn't anyone I could ever think of that, you know, was like, you know, that just didn't look like, you know, was black or brown, tan. Um, yeah, no, there was none of that. And it's so funny because I feel like that's like at least when it comes to teachers, that kind of has like, you know, turned into like a bigger thing now, because what is it, we like all the teachers that are like recruited now, I'm just looking around, I'm like, I see a trend here. they're they don't look like us, and that's what got me. And it felt like the school was becoming a little bit like whiter, by the second a new teacher was there. And that's no dig to any of them. They might be a good teacher, but I was like, that's interesting, because a lot of the moments I could relate to them, to teachers, was because they spoke like me, they looked like me, and everything. So,
Interesting. Yeah. So, going off of that point, throughout your like schooling experience, could you tell me like some of the stereotypes you heard about like schools in the Bronx, or the Bronx in general, and like how does it compare to reality?
oh man, this reminds me of the conversation we was having about what's the best borough on that one trip that we was in a studio with. But a lot of stereotypes is about the Bronx in general is that like we're pretty dirty and everything, and I think that really just depends on where you're at. And so in general, I just kind of disagree with that. And I think when it comes to like Bronx school, like I think here's my assumption is that a lot of people think that like we're automatically like super ghetto, we're automatically super dangerous or something. No, that's not really it, man. We're just kids that are still figuring out what it means to have consequences with every action we take. And so yeah, but yeah, and that like the Bronx is ugly or whatever, definitely one of those. And I'm like, you haven't been to the Bronx then if you say that, because there's a lot of beautiful places in the Bronx actually. And so yeah, I'll keep defending it.
Mm-hmm. The X. It's not what you do.
What do you mean?
The BX, like you don't cross your arms
Oh,
on
I
the
don't.
X.
Oh, I don't do that, man.
Dang.
You see, that could be a stereotype right there. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. I mean, I think yeah, like the BX. Yeah, sure. I thought you was telling me like, oh, time's up or something.
No, man. I thought that's
No,
like.
but now I'm gonna do that. Now, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you gotta teach me. Like,
You come to the Bronx. We'll see how you do, man.
all right, man.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
pull up.
cool. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Norwood,
yeah.
205th.
Yeah, we got a nice looking park there. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So, how does your school talk about college, and like, what are your thoughts on college?
I think college is great for those who definitely need it and definitely need to figure out what they want to do for their future. And my school does that a lot. I mean, they have a college readiness class, and I love it so much because I'm getting informed daily. And so, yeah, that's what I think.
So, do you think getting into college should be the goal of school?
I mean, the reality of it is that that's the goal. That's the goal for a lot of people. And I think when you look at it generally, if you keep thinking that way, then okay. So if the goal is to get into college when you're in high school, then what about when you're in college? Like, so what's the goal then? What to get a? It should be to get a job and everything when you're done with it. And so I don't know. I just think that it's like I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't think the purpose of school is to get into college. I think the purpose of school is to teach you what it can be like in the real world, and if that ends up giving you a negative spin on what the school system is and what the real world is like, then I guess I don't know. It's just that's how it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Could you share some of the support that you've received throughout your educational experience?
Well, my situation is a little different. Because I my hearing is a little iffy, and so I get support from the health education services. So they provide me with hearing aids, and amongst that I also have IEP. I'm not afraid to say it. That's not a bad thing to say. And so yeah, those are the support that I get from school. And I think people need to start like realizing the true support of IEP, because I'm not gonna lie, like it's really great. You give the chance to do better for those that might come off as like really needing it in that way, and it's cool. So yeah, that's what I would say for that.
Could you define what an IEP is?
So I actually had to like search up what the acronym meant. You know what I mean? So, but then I'll give like my definition of what I think it is. So it's an individualized educational programming, and in saying that, it gives support to those kids that are in exclusive need within their education. So for me, for example, which is pretty cool, and it's really great that I have this, is that when it comes to significant tests, I happen to have a little bit more time than others, just in case I mess up, or if I'm kind of screwed up in thinking on some topic or something. And so yeah, that's that, and I think it's something we really need to take advantage of. One of those good services that I feel like it's there for a reason. Use it, and that's all I can say about it.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that, Wes. I really do appreciate that vulnerability. From your perspective as a soon to graduate senior, is there a common experience that connects all students attending school in New York City?
Yeah, I think it's the ability to be in a setting where you're with students of different ethnicity, races, and that's so cool, because in doing so, we all come together as a collective and start learning these little things about each other, and why we're so different, and why and how we're so similar in many cases. And man, it's so cool, man. Like, being in a school with black and brown kids, honestly, man, like it's just like I feel like I'm accepted. They accept me because they know deep down we're all going through the same thing, like in some kind of way. Might not be exactly the same way, but it's in some kind of way we're all going through the same thing. Especially if we're living in some of the worst parts of New York, or in the Bronx, where it's that level of I wouldn't say tragedy, but lack of a better term, tragedy, that brings us together and say, screw that. Let's become something greater than that, and friends. And so definitely the people in school, and bring a common experience, and it's just great.
Hmm. No, I can definitely agree and relate. I think like growing up in the community and around the community of people of color has really just helped to shape who I am today. And I mean, that's not the experience I really had in elementary school. but that is the experience I had in middle school and high school. So yeah, but as I've dove further and further into just integration research and along those lines, it has it's had me like looking back a lot on my experience and wondering like how it would have been different if my school had a more diverse population as well. And yeah. And do you feel prepared for life after high school?
I mean, that would be interesting. Because I haven't honestly. If I wasn't going to college, I would strictly say no. Not even gonna lie. I would definitely not. Like, I learned about taxes to like a very small extent, and anything other than that financially, I wouldn't be able to figure myself out, not even for a second. So I would definitely not.
Wow. Do you think like financial literacy is something that is really lacking amongst like New York City public high school students?
I think, yeah, I think that's something that like, because every kid nowadays, man, like you, if you go ask it, like if I were to ask one of my friends like what like if I just do fill in the blank, what do you like making, they're gonna be like money. And every one of them would do that, and I just know who to pinpoint. And it's so funny because I'm like, okay, you want to know how to like make money the good way, and start understanding what that means. Okay, well, you need to start becoming literate. Oh, you said, oh, like, and recently one of my friends was saying that when I'm out of college and everything, and I got a job and everything, I'll do stocks, I'll do crypto, and I'm like, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It's one thing to say I'll do that. It's another to say, okay, I'll do that knowing I can do it. You know what I mean? And it's just so interesting. So definitely financial literacy is really lacking in terms of our community.
For sure. I definitely agree. I didn't really learn how to do my taxes until like college, when I like got like a job in college and like it was like W-2, like all of these different things, so I think it's really important. But Wes, if I could just say congrats, you've came a long way. Yeah, in your high school career, I mean, to see how your journey. I mean, I know we didn't know each other in your freshman year, but I'm proud of you, man, and all the work and everything you've accomplished. That's all from us today. Thanks so much, Wes, for participating in this interview. Appreciate you. You already know. And if I could actually ask you, how do you feel about reading our credits today?
It would be such an honor, man.
Listen, pull that up. Pull it up.
All right. Okay, here we go. Me. No, I'm kidding. Do you have an idea for an issue you'd like us to cover in an upcoming episode? Let us know. You can DM us or email info@bellvoices.org. Miseducation is a production of The Bell. You can learn more about us at bellvoices.org, and if you're not doing so already, follow @MiseducationPod on social media. Our work is made possible in part by the Summerfield Foundation, the Pinkerton Foundation, and FJC. Today's episode was mixed using Hindenburg Systems. Thank you very much to Hindenburg for supporting our work. You can go to hindenburg.com to learn more. Today's episode was produced by Mira Gordon and Taylor McGraw. Music from Blue Dot Sessions and Lens Louise.
I'm your host, Sabrina DeKinney. Catch you next time.